do, y'all. Trap Tapping 10 and Trap News Network. You back the same. Like, cook, crack the same. Make sure like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge though. You can't get nobody's college though. Big dog, tap in with the tap in to make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Tap in with everything we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that newsington you can use. It's that knowledge though. You can't get nobody's college though. Big dog, tap in with that tap in to make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe. Everything we got going on here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. That knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. We need you to like. We need you to comment. We need you to subscribe for everything we got going on. Man at the Garden Freestyle. Please don't touch my. It got a body on it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Fairy Tales, Boogeyman, all that's out now. 25,000 subscribers, gonna give away $100. 15,000, we'll give away another $100. I'm not sure if I said it once, but I said it twice, I said it thrice, so you know it's nice. We finna jump into this, man. SKG on being from Rolling 60s and how she knows Big U. Adam 22, what a time for you to run this interview. But I see what you did there. White skin, light skin. Let's get into this and see what Adam 22 is on. Let's get into this content. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Did you see the clip where WACK was like introduced?
For those of y'all who don't know, that's the lady. This is the lady who WACK had go to the hotel and throw Mountain Dew at Big U, and she was on FaceTime with WACK.
Just singing, explaining you to me.
I swear to God, she threw Mountain Dew at Big U. I'm not making this up, but I know somebody's like, nigga, what? I can't make this up. I can tell you anything in life right now. Why would I, out of all the beverages, why would I choose Mountain Dew? Out of all the beverages, it's water, it's milk, it's orange juice, it's Pepsi, it's Sprite, it's Sierra Mist, it's Coca-Cola, it's Fanta. It's so many different variations of Fanta. You could just go crazy all day. Sunkiss. Why would I pick Mountain Dew? I don't know. I didn't pick the Mountain Dew. She picked the Mountain Dew. She threw Mountain Dew at Draws or Big U. She threw Mountain Dew at Big U. Made a joke, made a funny, made a rhyme. It was on time. But let's continue with WACK 100 on FaceTime, and she's like trying to make Big U, you abused me, you did this, you did that. And I ain't saying he did, I ain't saying he didn't, but I am saying is she was being led and fed by WACK 100 and made sure WACK 100 was on FaceTime when she threw a Mountain Dew at Big U. So yeah.
To me?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay. So I apologize if I said anything that was not educated about who you were and everything. That was just me getting familiar right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing better.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
What, you feel like you got a little bit of relief since these charges came out or what?
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel that because it's been a fight. Like, I've been fighting and talking about this on a solo journey, you know, going against everyone because, you know, Big U is powerful. So when you're going up against somebody that's that powerful, and everyone is flocking to him, and you're trying to tell your story, and you keep going, yeah, it is a relief.
Yeah, so it's kind of like an awakening once this stuff hits the news, and all of a sudden it's like a bunch of stuff that was being said in the shadows just kind of comes to light.
Yeah, and then it's sad, you know, when you really look at it, it's a sad story. It's just a sad story because everybody lose. You know, I lost a lot of stuff that he took from me. Ray Sean lost. He lost his life. His family lost him. Nipsey lost. He lost his life. Big U lost because of the grief.
She got some tig old bitties. Them things is like sitting up on a table. It's really hard to focus on anything she's saying with them tig old bitties, big old tiggling. That shit crazy.
His family.
I mean, she's really saying like a whole bunch of nothing. Like, I mean, I guess like I get the point that she's trying to make. It's just really long-winded going about it. I'm willing to wager that she's going to talk less about herself and more about everybody else's experiences. But boy, oh boy, if those big O's ain't tig-O's. I'm just saying.
He lost because he was the head of the table. So when you really look,
God bless every lost soul. God bless everybody who has lost their life in all these situations, because violence is really some whack-ish if you really want to know. Killing really some whack-ish if you really want to know.
Look at it, and then the community lost. Because the community looks for community leaders to help and uplift the community and uplift people in the community. So when you have something like this, it's just a loss, and it's a loss for our city because we all had to go through this, and then it makes people like, well, we don't want to give organizations any money. We don't want to do this for Black people. We don't want to, you know, so if they look at one person like that, they're going to look at all of us like it. So it's just a loss. All the way around the board.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, it is pretty crazy just to have so much stuff that was said behind the scenes just coming out into the public eye. But just to get your story from the beginning, so you're from the Rolling 60s neighborhood growing up, or did you kind of adopt this a little bit later on?
No. So to start from the beginning, I have a generational family from the Rolling 60s. If you look at a lot of people in Los Angeles, and Kendrick Lamar said this, people from LA that's in the inner cities, we are a product of our grandparents migrating from the South. And I have that story. So my family came from the South and the East Coast and landed in LA. So my grandparents moved over in the rolling 60s in like 1960 something. So we are a generational family, which we are friends with other families within that neighborhood and community. Yeah.
Okay. And so how much of that was kind of in your face from a young age, the fact that your parents were affiliated?
I mean, so me growing up, it's not even the affiliation, it's the dysfunctional living, if we can start there. So coming from a dysfunctional family and a dysfunctional household, I was already born into that. And my mother told me that because I was crying and complaining, and I'm like, you guys, everybody is just up. And she said it was already there. You was just born into it. And when you kind of look at stuff like that, it make you look at things differently. So everything was already happening. I was just born into the dysfunctionalness, and which included the gangs, the drugs, prison, just all type of crazy stuff. And I just had to find my way through that, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. So do you have a lot of memories of seeing very wild things going on from a really young age?
Yeah, from a young age. So my mom, her family is from out the 60s, out the west side. My father used to run with a guy named Jimmy Lavender. They started the 90s Bishop Bloods on the east side. So my mom's side was from the west side. My dad's side was from the east side.
It's crazy how many people in LA got that story. My dad's side is blood, my mom's side is Crips. It's crazy how that goes.
Growing up, my mother, she was on drugs when I was young. And so my brother, who was from 60s, but he passed away, he took care of me. And then our father was in and out of prison. He couldn't take care of me, because it was so much for my brother because he was young. And so then we went to go live with my grandmother. And then my grandmother was over in the 60s. And so I was over there with my grandmother until my mother got off drugs. And, just growing up, I seen all
Adam doesn't seem interested at all. Just, This is very dry.
Type of stuff. Our house used to get shot up by the VNGs. They used to come over, do drive-bys. My mother's on drugs. Her siblings on drugs. Her brothers is hustlers. They in the streets making money. People's getting killed. It's just a lot. Things that I shouldn't have saw, and I think about that. I'm like, you guys let me see too much at a young age, and nobody ever protected me. My grandmother protected me to the best of her ability. But after she passed away, it was just me in the streets and trying to, find my way.
Definitely. So your brother was how many years older than you?
My brother was like 10 years older than me.
Okay. And so you said in another interview I saw that basically like you spent your whole childhood just really just enamored with him and just kind of taking his lead on a variety of things.
So I really looked up to my...
I see Adam did a little bit of research.
My brother, right? I think he was just my hero. Like, the older I get and I'm more dissect things, he was my hero. He was everything to me because he was my only sibling. So everything my brother did, I wanted to mimic. I wanted to do. My brother was a gangbanger. He was from Rolling 60s. My brother was a gunner. He was from Rolling 60s. My brother was a street dude. I'm not going to sugarcoat where I come from because that's why we're dealing with this today. And when you look at that area, most of the people in that area, they exhibit the same traits, if that makes sense. My family, I come from a family that exhibit the same traits that Big Q exhibit. That's why we don't get along. Even with me speaking out, I have an uncle that's in jail for murder, for killing some kids, and for retaliating against somebody that killed my uncle. And so he calls my mom recently, and he's like, yeah, I heard your daughter's running around town starting stuff with Big Q. My niggas are killers. This is how he's referring to Big Q. So I get into it with my mom in a sense and tell her to tell her brother to keep my name out his mouth. You already in jail for killing kids. So my voice is not going to resonate with you because your demons entertain his demons. You guys are alike. So someone like me saying this isn't right, you're not going to be on my side because in your mind and your spirit is right because you resonate with the evilness that he does. Does that make sense? So I'm literally one person going up against everybody everybody.
Right. Definitely. So what would you do like after high school? Did you graduate?
Yeah, I graduated.
Okay. Did you go to college or anything?
Yeah, I went to college, but my thing was more so music.
Okay.
Like, so I was actually locked up. So let's go back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I was with my grandmother. My grandmother passed away. I went back with my mother. My mother got off drugs. I stayed with my mom for a couple of years. It was very toxic, and I was basically in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I turned to music. At this time, I'm like 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the streets. I'm going to studios, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to try to get a deal. I got my first apartment at 15. Got a job at Martin Luther King Hospital at 16. I started making my own money, doing my own thing. My first apartment I got was on Crenshaw on 48th. The landlord, Mr. Leonard, gave it to me. I gave him cash. I was 15 and had my own place. So I was always out here hustling and grinding.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up going to juvenile hall. I had to do 1.5 years because I had got in trouble. While I was in there, I was writing music. And so when I got out, I started recording the music that I wrote in there. And that's the music that I got to deal with Death Row Records.
Okay. So how'd you even get into the view of Suge?
Okay, so it was someone else from Rolling 60s named Keita Rock. Have you ever heard of Keita Rock?
Yeah.
I got my deal because of Keita Rock.
Okay.
And I want to reiterate this.
Reiterate, but don't worry about it. Words are hard.
Everybody that's from the neighborhood is not bad, right?
Right.
Everybody that's from the inner city or even from gangs are not bad people.
Mm.
You have really good people. I have men that have mentored me, right? But then you have people like Big U. So Keita Rock was one person that was mentoring me. He was very close with my family. Keita Rock believed in me. And he took me over to Death Row Records. Reggie Wright was over there. Shook was in jail. And they ended up signing me.
All right, man. We up out here to the next one. Y'all know the deal. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Free Avenue Angel till he's free. We are gone.